Good evening and welcome to tonight's council meeting. As your mayor and presiding officer, my role under the town charter and town of Dumfries rules and procedures and Robert rules is to ensure that you all have an orderly process in business and we maintain decorum so that all our participants, our council, our staff, and the public can be heard respectfully and fairly. To this end, please note the following requirements which apply equally to the public and all council members. All comments must be directed through the mayor, the chair, and presiding officer of the meeting. No comments should be directed to an individual member, a staff member, or a member of the public. We ask that the side conversations, the whispering and the crosstalk be limited and remarks be audible to the room so they are part of the official recording, official record. We ask that you please silence your electronic devices. On the dais, we ask that texting, email, and message related to public business matters, they will be subject to FOIA and should be avoided. No one should speak while another person has the floor. Interruptions will be ruled out of order. Council members will be recognized by the chair before speaking. Council members may speak up to 2 times on any item with a combined total of no more than 10 minutes. Members of the public are allotted 3 minutes to speak during the citizen comment time or public hearing unless otherwise changed by a majority vote of the council prior to the start of this meeting. And during citizen comment time, council members will not respond directly to the speakers. Responses, any clarifications or follow-up remarks will be offered during a designated council comment time, or they will reach out later. Any member ruled out of order must yield the floor immediately unless the ruling is appealed to the council in accordance with Robert's rules. We ask that clapping, yelling, or other outbursts not be permitted unless invited by the presiding officer. Disruptive behavior may result in the removal from the meeting and, if necessary, expulsion for the remainder of the session. Speakers who exceed the allotted time or violate decorum may have their microphone silenced. We ask that all direction of staff be given collectively from the council to the town manager. Political commentary or attempts to draw political matters are not appropriate, and we ask that you please keep our staff who are expected to remain neutral and professional. These rules are designed to protect the rights of all participants to ensure compliance with our laws and to keep our meetings efficient, respectful, and productive. Thank you for your cooperation. And with that, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Peterson.
Present.
Councilmember Pete.
Here.
Councilmember Fields.
Here.
Councilmember Young.
Here.
Chair Pro Tem Miles.
Present.
Vice Mayor Nickerson.
Here.
Mayor Wood.
Present.
Thank you.
We're going to ask that Pastor Reverend Dr. Crystal M. Woodard of the Dumfries United Methodist Church to offer us our invocation. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, please be seated. Next on our agenda is the adoption of the agenda.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we adopt the agenda.
Second.
It's been moved and second. Any discussion, changes, amendments? Seeing none. Madam Clerk, please call for the question.
Councilmember Peterson.
Aye.
Councilmember Pete.
Yes.
Councilmember Fields.
Yes.
Councilmember Young.
Yes.
Chair Pro Tem Miles.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Nickerson.
Yes.
Mayor Wood.
Yes.
That motion's passed. Thank you.
All right, first is a proclamation designating the month of October as Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Vice Mayor?
Thank you. Whereas breast cancer continues to affect millions of individuals and families across our nation, bringing physical, emotional, and financial challenges that touch every community, including our own. And whereas October is a time when the town of Dumfries joins others across the country, in recognizing those whose lives have been impacted by breast cancer, including the survivors who inspire us, the fighters who remind us of courage, the families and caregivers who provide unwavering love and strength, and the medical professionals and advocates who dedicate their lives to healing and hope. And whereas awareness is more than knowledge, it is compassion in action. It means supporting those living with breast cancer, remembering those we've lost, and ensuring access to screenings, early detection, and care for everyone. And whereas advances in medical research, treatment, and education continue to improve outcomes and bring new hope to individuals and families facing this disease. And whereas the town of Dumfries recognizes the power of community in lifting one another up and remains committed to doing so, in part in spreading awareness, encouraging prevention, and standing beside those affected by breast cancer. Now therefore be it proclaimed that the Dumfries Town Council do hereby proclaim October 2025 as Breast Cancer Awareness and Recognition Month in the town of Dumfries, and call upon all individuals, families, businesses, healthcare providers, and community organizations to join together in honoring those impacted by breast cancer, supporting continued research and education, and promoting early detection and care. Let us move forward together with empathy, unity, and determination, standing as one community of strength, support, and hope. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of Town of Dumfries to be affixed this 21st day of October 2025 by order of the Dumfries Town Council, signed by the mayor. Thank you.
All right. We'll have next is a proclamation for National Disability Employment Awareness Month and honoring Dick Lake on its 60th anniversary. Whereas October 2025 marks this, is it 80th? It's the 80th anniversary of National Disability Employment Awareness, a time to celebrate the many contributions of American workers with disabilities and to raise awareness about the importance of inclusive employment practices. And whereas the town of Dumfries has been a steadfast in its commitment to policies that improve lives of people with disabilities by promoting equal access to employment, ensuring compliance with the Americans with Disabilities Act, and advocating for inclusive practices that remove barriers for individuals with disabilities in all aspects of life. And whereas this year also marks the 60th anniversary of Dick Lake Incorporated, a nonprofit organization headquartered in Manassas that have been at the forefront of creating pathways to employment and community inclusive for people with disabilities since 1965. And whereas Dick Lake began as a school founded by the visionary families in Prince William County and evolved in response to the Individuals with Disability Education Act to focus on employment as a vehicle for empowerment and independence. Whereas Dick Lake has expanded its reach, providing diverse employment opportunities for more than 1,000 people with disabilities across more than 40 federal and state and commercial sites. And whereas Dick Lake Employment Services and Day Support Programs support more than 1,500 additional Virginians, matching people with jobs and community engagement opportunities. And whereas the 60 years of leadership and service exemplify the very spirit and serve as a model for how local organizations can lead the way in fostering equitable employment. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Dumfries Town Council do hereby proclaim October 2025 as National Disability Employment Awareness Month, and Dick Lake Incorporated on the occasion of its 60th anniversary for its contributions to the disability inclusion and employment. The town of Dumfries encourages employers, schools, nonprofits, community organizations to participate through their programs and activities that promote the value and talent with people with disabilities bring to our workplace. Be it further proclaimed that the town of Dumfries pledges to continue advances every effort to recruit, hire, retain, and promote individuals with disabilities, and to support a future where every person, regardless of ability, can realize their full potential and participate fully in society. Signed, Mayor Derek R. Wood, by order of the Town Council. You can applaud for that. We have Delay come up. I'm gonna present you with your certificate.
Do the photo op. Stand next to your mirror.
Good. Looking good.
It's Chuck.
Everyone can see you. Thank you. Oh, scoot over this way. Scoot over. She wants us in the middle.
All right. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much.
There you are.
A second.
There you
Okay.
are. Thank you, sir.
Thank you guys so much. I'm Rachel Payne, and I'm here with Teresa Polk, one of DIT Lake's employment specialists and one of our program participants, Edwin, and he is a graduate of Project Search. Thank you, Town of Dumfries and Mayor, for recognizing National Disability Employment Awareness Month and recognizing us for 60 years of service to the disability community. We are deeply grateful for this recognition and for the town's support of inclusive employment opportunities for people with disabilities and continued support and partnership in the work we are doing. Over the past 6 decades, DIT Lake has connected thousands of individuals with meaningful employment and community engagement across Virginia, Maryland, and Washington, D.C. With your support and recognition, we can build a stronger, more inclusive local economy. As we celebrate 60 years, DIT Lake remains committed to expanding access to employment and creating inclusive communities for the next generation, and ask everyone listening and here today, watching this evening, to join us in that. On behalf of every member of the DIT Lake family, I express our heartfelt gratitude to the council for this recognition. I have the pleasure of working with elected officials and talking about policy and advocacy every day in my job, but I think it's better to be heard by the people that we serve and one of your own Town of Dumfries residents. So I'm going to hand it over to Edwin real quickly. Thank you.
Good evening, Good evening, Mayor, members of the Town Council. My name is Edwin Garrett. I'm a resident of Dumfries, a graduate, I am a graduate of Colgan High School. I am a 2025 graduate of Project Search. Project Search is a program for individuals with disabilities to learn valuable job skills. The end goal of the program is to find integrated competitive employment. Through Project Search, I gained confidence, independence, and learned many job skills. I am a hard worker, team player, and a fast learner. However, I am still looking for a job. To date, my job coach and I have applied for 29 jobs and have not yet had an interview. We are confident that I will find the right fit. I am ready to work. Thank you for recognizing and supporting DIT Lake and Deem and people with disabilities that are working as we bring many valuable assets to employers. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Applause for that. What a very inspiring story. Keep going. We're going to encourage you because I think that yes is on the other side. And thank you, DIT Lake, for all of your hard work. Next on the agenda is the approval of the minutes.
Mayor, if I may interrupt.
Yes, Councilman Fields.
Young man, I just want to take a point of privilege. You did an outstanding job.
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
Another
Okay.
round of applause.
And don't stop at 29.
Yeah.
Keep on doing them. Keep on doing them. You just interviewed in front of 9 or 10 people right here. Okay? And you did an outstanding job. So keep up the good work.
All right, next on the agenda is the approval of the October 7th minute meetings.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes.
Okay.
Second.
It's been motion to approve the October 7th minute meetings and second. Any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call for the question.
Councilmember Peterson.
Aye.
Councilmember Peak.
Yes.
Councilmember Fields.
Yes.
Councilmember Young.
Yes.
Chair Pro Tem Miles.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Nickerson.
I abstain due to absence.
Mayor Wood.
Yes.
That motion's passed.
All right, next on the agenda is citizen comment period. Are any citizens signed up to speak?
Yes, we have one person, Miss Christy Barkalow.
All right.
I thought I was going to be on the agenda tonight to give the quarterly report for Historic Dumfries, but there's been some confusion. But I do want to give you these invitations for the ghost tours. And then I will speak on what I came to speak about. Because not only I am the president of Historic Dumfries, but I am a member of Daughters of the American Revolution. And my committee in Daughters of the American Revolution is the E Pluribus Unum Committee. And that means out of many, one. It's the United States motto. Our committee is working to expand members in the African American, Native American, and female patriots. Sometimes they're referred to as rediscovered patriots. What I wanted to share with you some work that we've been doing, my committee, on patriots from Dumfries. First of all, I have to start with these two lovely ladies, Phoebe Cole and Elizabeth Cole. Phoebe and Elizabeth were free African-American women. They were sisters. They were born in 1752. And, Phoebe was born in 1752 and Elizabeth was born in 1750. So they're sisters. And they have many children. But the children I'm going to talk to you about today, Phoebe's son Thomas and Elizabeth's son, Francis. They are both free African Americans born here in Dumfries, and they served in the Revolutionary War. Thomas, born in 1757, was a fifer under Captain Thomas Ewell, and he later served under Colonel Gibson. Then his cousin, Francis Cole, was born in 1757. He was a wagoner. He joined the military September 1st in 1780. And I happen to know that he was 5 feet 10 inches tall, had black hair, black eyes, and his complexion was dark. I get that information from a lot of the pension requests for the Revolutionary War. So something interesting about these gentlemen, and the last gentleman I'm going to talk to you about, is what happened here in Dumfries in September of 1781. I'm sure the mayor already knows this, but in September of 1781, we were about to win the Revolutionary War, but we needed roads to get down to Yorktown. And General Washington said he needed roads cleared. He needed the road from Occoquan to Dumfries to Aquia cleared, passable, and they were not passable. So he asked the Prince William Militia to send the troops to Dumfries, Occoquan, Aquia, and clear the roads. They had 15 days to make that road clear. Now, what I love about this is not only were the militia asked to clear the roads, but the local people of Dumfries were also asked to clear the roads, which means anyone who helped clear those roads in September of 1781 would be eligible for membership of Daughters of the American Revolution. Can I tell you a little bit more? No?
You just save it for the next one. It was a good story. We appreciate it, though.
Okay, I do want to tell you that we do have a descendant of the Revolutionary War, and this building is named after him.
Well, thank you. All right, Madam Clerk, is there anyone else signed up to speak?
No, sir, that's it.
All right, so we'll go next on our agenda is going to be the town manager's report.
Mayor, members of council, y'all have a copy of the town manager's report. I'll just go over a few highlights briefly. We remain on track for our GFOA Distinguished Budget Presentation Award for the third consecutive year. Real estate taxes have been exceeded the target at 100%. Customer service transactions are now averaging 4 minutes and 25 seconds, which is higher than the goal that we anticipated. Accounts payable continues to meet the 21-day payment standards. For our 2025 general obligation bonds issuance, we have visited New York for credit ratings from Moody's, S&P, and Fitch, and expected to receive additional ratings this month. But as of 20 minutes ago, I'm pleased to announce that S&P has put a public rating for the town at AA- with a stable outlook. So we should all be proud of the work that we've done to contribute to that. Also, the town has begun its process for this $14 million GO bond process to finance Route 1 underground utilities, as well as refinancing the 2023 ban anticipation note. The public hearing will be scheduled for November. For department highlights, the DMV collected over $500,000 in September with the average of 5 minutes. As previously stated, they had a title audit return without any findings. The police department had 994 calls for service in September, and they had several community engagements, which included Wawa Fall Festival, Cops, Cones, and Council. Public Works had their tickets for DCC. They were all closed out with an average service level agreement of 4 days versus the 7-day requirement. And they issued 19 permits with 4.21 days processing average. Recreation and civic engagement, the attendance for the Fall Festival exceeded our expectations. We've had 2 senior events, which had 77 citizens participate in the 2 events, which was on September 12th and 19th. We will be hosting a trunk or treat on October 30th from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. at Garrison Park. We're also hosting a Thanksgiving turkey giveaway on November 21st from 3 to 6 p.m. at Jeff Simpson Community Center. Ongoing publicity and major milestones, including for public information office, included the waterfront district acquisition, EDA appointments, and Wawa grand opening. A combined Dumfries Citizen Connect outreaches was approximately 1,200, and we have an additional 382 registered users. If y'all have any questions for me, I'm here.
Let me see who. I'll start from down and work my way down. It's Councilman Pete.
Oh, thank you, Town Manager. Great report. Just 2 things here. Just to recap, the time for the trunk or treat, where was that time again and the location? Okay, 1 second.
Time will be from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m.
Okay.
October 30th at Garrison Park.
Okay, 6:30 to 8:30 at Garrison Park on October 30th, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and then the flyers will go out tomorrow with this, correct?
Yes.
All right, sounds good. Let's go, y'all. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Chair Pro Tem.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to congratulate the staff on this bond rating. This is a big deal. Y'all should be very proud of your work. I am proud of you. I'm proud to be associated with this work. This is something we've been working on for years, and it's been a major goal. So I want to thank our town manager, our CFO, and the finance department, and also the mayor and vice mayor for your work and your advocacy to get us to this point. And I mean, it's just a part of our growth and our continued strategic plan. So I would like to thank you in public partnership.
Thank you, ma'am.
Vice Mayor.
Thank you. Before I get to the congratulations, I would like to ask, with regard to the police department and the calls, I would like if the chief could provide us a little bit more specifics on that. As we were preparing to open the roads, there were a lot of concerns over the perceived the myths around the uptick in crime related to having the Rose come into town. Originally, there was concern over the Rosies, and then that translated into concern over the Rose, and an assumption that there would be this horrendous uptick in crime related to the Rose coming. So with the numbers that we're seeing with your reports, I would like for the chief, if you could debunk the myths that we have this, astronomical uptick in crime related to the Rose being here. If you can't debunk it, then stay back there and we'll act like you're not in the back of the room. But I am assuming that you can debunk those myths, and we are not seeing a serious uptick in crime related to the Rose being here. And if you can't debunk that, then I'm sure you have a plan already for how we're handling and addressing that. But I believe in transparency. So if you could speak to that, that would be great, please.
Yes, I would say there has been obviously an increase when any business comes to the town of crime-related offenses, but there has been what was expressed through the concerns of people with the Rose coming that has not lived up to those expectations. With the sports bar, there's been a couple drunken publics from inside that we've dealt with, as well as some drug-related calls, but nothing to deal with the casino, the human trafficking, the robberies, or anything to do with the money aspects of any of that occurring. Some counterfeit bills, but nothing to what other people thought would be happening with the Rose being here. So that is false.
Thank you. Thank you for that very much. I am very happy to hear that. With regard to the bond rating, I echo the sentiment shared by Pro Tem Miles. This is a very proud moment for us here in Dumfries, and I know that we will celebrate this more widely with tonight's announcement. Could you do me a favor, Town Manager, for the edification of our citizens, help us understand why this is so important? What does this mean to the town that we've worked so hard to earn this rating? I know that more information is forthcoming, but just to give us a preview of what this means, why have we worked so hard for this, and what does this mean? And then later on, I'm sure more information will come that will tell us what we will do with this. But help us understand what this means in layman's terms.
In layman's terms, the town will have its first credit ratings, basically. We're making history. We'll be able to go out on a bond market to receive lower percentage rates when we borrow funds for various capital projects. It's just another milestone that this council has directed us to go out and get, and we worked extremely hard to get there. So I am proud to be a part of that, and we will have more details coming out this week as well.
Okay.
Okay.
So what I understand is that this means that we are credit worthy, that as a town that we have a good credit rating, just like individuals have credit ratings to say what your credit rating will be if you are to borrow for a home or a car. This means that we are certifiably credit worthy to borrow for the things that we want to do to continue to grow our town. Am I understanding that correctly?
You are 100% understanding correctly, ma'am.
Thank you for that. And thank you all, Magic Behind the Curtain, for what you've done to get us to this point as well.
Thank you.
I yield. Thank you, sir.
Councilman Fields.
I got a big smile on my face. First, I'm going to start off with the report. Vice Mayor pointing out the good things that led into the chief coming to talk about what he talked about. And as Councilman Pete just whispered in my ear, did I not fight very hard on that during those days? Very boisterous about people's misconceptions about what's going to happen, or it's going to do this and it's going to do that. And to come find out it's just, as Vice Mayor said, a mythological thing, that these things did not happen. I want to give the credit to where the credit is due. First and foremost is to our police department for being visible there and working with the staff there at the past Rosies and now the Rose. They have I believe, an outstanding security detail there that y'all work very well with, and the town staff and everyone works very well with the staff there at the Rose. So thank you for keeping us safe. Let's keep it up. Continue the community community commitment and the community as the police department working with the roads to make sure that we're safe. Thank you.
I want to lend my congratulations to one of the tenets of our mission statement is a well-managed government. And what we're seeing in the report from the community engagement through our downloads on our app with over 1,100 from our community events with our, cop cones and council, what we've been seeing out there to Public Works now, getting that 86% right now on Citizen Connect tickets being acknowledged within the first 24 hours. We're on track again to get the Triple Crown Budget Award, which, I'm excited. That has been a long time coming. And so I had to change my comments a little bit up on the bond rating because I said it was forthcoming any day. But with the recent announcement, I'm excited to know that AA minus is a big deal for a first time. For those who don't know it, most of the time, the projections was maybe we'll get an A, maybe we'll get a B. We had several, two weaknesses, which I didn't really believe was a weakness, which is our size and our mix of revenue, right? And I never saw it as a weakness. I don't even think I went in there thinking that was a weakness. I looked at it as an opportunity and a challenge. And so to hear the news tonight, it's very humbling, right? It's an exciting. I appreciate the work the staff, Curtis, the financial advisor. Shout out to Davenport and Company, who have been great, I think, advisors to the town over the last few years to get us to this point, to that we can be able to say that, the town of Dumfries is AA minus rated. Prince William County is AAA. They have 500,000 people and a much larger budget. We got 6,000 people. So I just want you to put that in perspective. We got our first credit rating, meaning we're fiscally responsible, meaning we pay our bills on time, meaning we don't carry a lot of debt, meaning we got very strong reserves, meaning we have a plan and a vision. We have foresight. And so, it's exciting. I'm absorbing it. I had different remarks written for it tonight. And so just to hear that we're there for it. So, with that, I will yield my comments and we'll move forward to our action items for tonight. Our first action item is a public hearing for, I think, the drone ordinance, if I'm not mistaken. Let me get there. Public hearing, ordinance related to the use of drone within our parks, providing a repeal, conflicted ordinance, serviceability, and effective date. Madam Town Manager, Town Attorney.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Members of council, good evening. There are 3 ordinances on the agenda tonight for public hearing. These ordinances are proposed as a part of the comprehensive review of the town code, which was undertaken to update the code and make sure it conformed with state law and the current needs and practices of the town. The first ordinance we will review tonight is a new regulation, and it's the ordinance regulating the use of drones within parks within the town of Dumfries. This is a new ordinance. It was drafted upon request, and it was initially intended to be a part of the collection of park rules and regulations that were presented and adopted by this council back in September. Virginia state law requires that ordinances that regulate drones in Virginia be first approved by the Virginia Department of Aviation and then go through a specific advertising process if it's approved before it is considered in a public hearing for adoption. In order for us to comply with these statutory requirements, this drone ordinance has been separated from those other regulations and is presented here tonight. By its presentation, the ordinance was approved by the Department of Aviation, and it has been advertised in compliance with state law. In substance, it prohibits the landing, operating of drones and other unmanned aerial systems within a park in the town of Dumfries. It specifically exempts law enforcement training, military training, as well as rescue and evacuation aircraft. The ordinance substantively conforms with the state's limitation on local government's ability to regulate drones, and it also promotes effective and efficient government. For these reasons, I recommend adoption. That concludes my prepared remarks. I'm happy to answer your questions. Thank you.
Okay, council, any questions on the ordinance before you? Okay, seeing none, Madam Clerk, is there anyone signed up to speak at the public hearing?
No, sir.
Okay, I will open the public hearing, but hearing that there's no one here to speak to the drones, I will look out there. I will now close the public hearing. Okay, public hearing is now closed on this ordinance. And, I think this ordinance is very balanced, recreational, protects our citizens, and establishes clear boundaries so that we can remain a welcoming and secure environment for all. So thank you for putting this together in compliance with the state laws you mentioned. Madam Chair Pro Tem.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the ordinance regulating the use of drones within parks owned by the town of Dumfries, providing for the repeal of conflicting ordinances, severability, and effective date.
I second.
Okay, it's been properly motioned and second to adopt the ordinance. And any discussion or debate? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call for the question.
Councilmember Peterson? Aye. Councilmember Pete?
Yes.
Councilmember Fields?
Yes.
Councilmember Young?
Yes.
Chair Pro Tem Miles?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Nickerson?
Yes.
Mayor Wood?
Yes.
That motion has passed.
Next is a public hearing on the consideration of an ordinance amending Chapter 26, Article 2 on nuisances. Madam Attorney?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor and members of council. This ordinance amends an existing regulation at section 26-21. The amendments are primarily constituted by wordsmithing. At section 26-22, the amendments update the reference to the state code. At section 26-23, the amendments are additional text which makes the section more clear, and to the extent there was a question as to whether or not the current section applied to structures on a parcel, the amendment makes clear that it includes structures. At section 26-24, the Director of Public Works is added as a position which has the authority to cause inspections to determine if a nuisance exists on a parcel. At section 26-25, the amendment adds any town employee who has code enforcement authority to also investigate nuisance violations. The same can be said for sections 26-26 and 26-27. All of these amendments proposed will bring the provisions up to date with state law references and promote efficient and effective government. For these and other reasons, I recommend adoption. Thank you. That concludes my prepared remarks.
All right, council, any questions, comments on the prepared remarks, the attorney report? All right, seeing none, we will open a public hearing on this matter. Madam Clerk, is there anyone signed up to speak?
No, sir.
All right, seeing no one signed up to speak on this, I will now close the public hearing. Public hearing is closed. I think this ordinance keeps up with the expectations of our community to keep it nice and neat and beautified. So, looks good to me. Madam Vice Mayor.
I make a motion that we approve an ordinance amending Chapter 26, Article 2, providing for the repeal of conflicting ordinances, severability, and effective date.
Second.
All right, it's been a motion and second to adopt the ordinance as presented. Any debate, questions, concerns? Seeing none. Councilman Pete.
Just want to reference to what you were speaking of on this, Mr. Mayor. This goes directly right along with our program of beautification with love that we approved of some time ago. Thank you.
All right, seeing no more debate, Madam Clerk, call for the question.
Councilmember Peterson,
Yes.
Councilmember Pete,
Absolutely.
Councilmember Fields,
Yes.
Councilmember Young,
Yes.
Chair Pro Tem Miles,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Nickerson,
Yes.
Mayor Wood.
Yes.
That motion's passed.
All right, next is a public hearing on the consideration of an ordinance amending sections 26-65 exemption from the noise ordinance. Madam Attorney.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of council. This is our last ordinance, and it amends an existing regulation. Sections 26-61 through 26-65 deals with exemptions to the noise ordinance. And we start with an amendment to 26-61. The definition for daytime has been modified to start at 6 o'clock rather than 7 o'clock. That change will bring references to daytime and the time frames in which the noise limits would apply and when the exemptions would be necessary, consistent with all the other references to those items throughout the noise ordinance. Section 26-62 is just wordsmithing. At section 26-65, subparagraph 1, the amendment adds the town manager to the offices or the positions which are authorized to grant full or partial exemptions to the noise ordinance. Again, at subsection 2, wordsmithing is the primary source for those amendments. And at subsection number 3, the amendments do a number of things. First of all, it puts a time limit on an exemption, and it caps it at 90 days, but provide for the opportunity for extensions. We did not have any current provision that provided for revocation of an exemption once it was granted. The amendment now provides for revocation, and it also provides specific procedures for someone who has applied for either an exemption or had the exemption revoked to complain or to appeal that determination. The appeal processes that are laid out brings our code provision in line with the provisions of the Prince William County Code. Collectively, the ordinance makes our code section internally in conformance with each other. It promotes efficient and effective governments, and it meets the current needs of the town. And for these reasons, I recommend adoption. That concludes my prepared remarks. I'm happy to answer your questions. Thank you.
All right, any questions, comments? All right, seeing none, we will open up the public hearing. Madam Clerk, is there anyone signed up to speak for the public hearing?
No, sir.
All right. Well, seeing no one has signed up for the public hearing, we will now close the public hearing. Public hearing is now closed. I think this one creates something where our community can coexist without events, and there could be some harmonious synchronizations with it. I don't know if that's a word, but it looks good to me. Madam Chair Pro Tem.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the ordinance amending sections 26 through 65, exemption from noise ordinances.
I'll second that motion, Mr. Mayor.
All right, it's been motioned and second. Any debate? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call for the question.
Councilmember Peterson,
Yes.
Councilmember Pete,
Yes.
Councilmember Fields,
Yes.
Councilmember Young,
Yes.
Chair Pro Tem Miles,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Nickerson,
Yes.
Mayor Wood.
Yes.
That motion's passed.
All right. At this time, that concludes our council meeting. Wait, we got 1 minute. Let's see. No, I'm just joking. We're adjourned.